In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 2, Paul writes, "By this gospel you are saved if you hold firmly to the word I preached to you. Otherwise you have believed in vain." Those who believe we can lose our salvation focus on "if you hold firmly to the word I preached," as if this is a condition that must be met in order to continue to be saved. However, what people don't focus on is what Paul says in the beginning, where he says, "By this gospel you are saved." Well, what is this gospel he's talking about? Well, if you go down to verses 3 and 4, it says, "For what I received I passed on to you as of first importance, that Christ died for our sins according to the scriptures, that he was buried, that he was raised on the third day according to the scriptures." This gospel is the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So why did Paul say to hold firmly to this? Because later on, there was a false gospel being preached that he talks about. In 1 Corinthians 15, 12 through 14, it says, "But if it is preached that Christ has been raised from the dead, how can some of you say that there is no resurrection of the dead? If there is no resurrection of the dead, then not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." People were preaching that Jesus hadn't been raised from the dead. This is a false gospel. This is not the gospel that saves. That is why Paul said to hold firmly to the true gospel that he preached. Paul is not putting a condition on salvation. Paul was confronting the content of the gospel people believe. 1 Corinthians 15:2 is not about losing your salvation. It is about making sure you are putting your faith in the correct gospel that saves.